call Arboleda. I'm 20 years old. I'm from Elizabeth, New Jersey. High school graduate, luckily. I work at Boxwood Learning Center in Roselle. Very nice, very nice.
So, Paul, and you made a statement that you don't try to be better than anyone else. You just try to be better than yourself. What do you mean by that?
I see a lot of people that want to be like other people, you know, like love your life, love yourself. Don't want to be like others. Don't like their life. Your life could be better than theirs, you know. There's no need for you to want to be like someone else when you're better than them.
You wrote that there's peace that comes with knowing yourself and liking who you becoming.
Facts.
Could you walk us through like what you mean by there's peace that comes with knowing yourself?
Years ago I struggled with like not knowing who I wanted to be or who I was, you know. And that was probably like my teenage years. I'm now 20 and like I see myself from a different perspective. I see myself like I'm actually growing this time. Mm-hmm. I'm not going lower, I'm going higher. I'm to the top. That's where I want to be, you know. I'm not battling with depression as I used to be. I'm not dealing with anxiety as much as I am. I'm just trying to keep peace all around me every time.
Okay. You had wrote that be yourself and the money will follow. On your shirt, you said self-made, well-paid.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us about self-made, well-paid.
I don't know. It's just more like I never really had a lot growing up. You know, I had to get majority of the stuff myself. So it's just I'm self-made. You know, I'm self-made. Every clothes I got on my back, I got it. Everything else. Still a kid. It's about my past. It's about me growing up and like just this bad teenager I was. I had a bad mindset, horrible mindset. I was stuck on drugs. I wanted all the money I got spent on drugs. No food. I used to starve myself just so I can get high. You know, it's just still a kid. It's just I read it every time I'm sad, so I know who I'm becoming. So it helps me like that I'm not in this place no more. And I'm glad, you know. Mm-hmm. I wrote it when I was like 16, I believe, and I finished it about early last year.
Where were you when you first started writing it?
I was in a rehab center. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was in a rehab center around that time when I wrote it. Mm-hmm. It wasn't even like something I wanted to do. It's just I picked up a pen and a paper and it just started. It just happened.
Okay. Could you tell us? There was one chapter where you talk about how one time you were high and you know you did something but you wind up forgetting. Can you talk about what effects opioids have on a person's memory and mood?
Some drugs take over you. Not your body, but they take over you. And once you get hooked onto them, it's like they are you. That's your drug. That's the one you want.
So what made you want to stop, like, you know, with the opioid addiction?
I had this car accident in 2017 that like almost, what do I want to say, ended my life. But that's why I always say expect the unexpected, because I was just chilling, then out of nowhere, boom, horrible car crash. I got a big ass scar on my forehead, and then I just turned into Scarface. And then a few weeks later, I looked at myself like, sheesh. I don't want to say it like this, I'm gonna say it in a weird way, but like, if it wasn't for the opioids that I was on at the moment of the car crash, I believe that I would be dead because of the drugs, my body was numb. But you know, I hit my head hard, super hard, but I was still conscious, luckily. But the lady in the hospital told me that she's surprised that I'm still alive because I hit my head pretty hard. And, you know, there's a pretty big scar on my forehead. I was drenched in my blood. She looked like, I don't know, it was crazy.
So you mentioned that when you took because you were high, your body was numb. So is that what opioid does to a human body?
Oh yeah, but I believe it's different for everybody. Everybody has different side effects. But for me, yeah, it just took over me. My whole body be numb, mindset's empty. Yeah, it's like I felt my real self at that moment. Mm-hmm. At that moment.
Can you talk about what 2020 has been for you in terms of, because you mentioned a couple of times where you met people who wanted to end their lives and how you talked them out of ending their lives. Can you talk about, don't mention any names, just the situation, and and I have another question after that.
Damn, 2020 was a really crazy year. I stopped like 2 of my family members from hurting themselves. I don't know how many people I've stopped, and just in general, from wanting to hurt themselves or just from being sad, Just like I said, I know what it's like to be sad. I know what it's like to be lonely. I know what it's like to wanting to end yourself. But I'm glad I found those people along my little pathway, because I feel like I changed their lives. I feel like now their smile that they have on their face is actually real. They don't gotta pretend no more. I'm glad that all that has happened. I'm glad that I actually got to meet those people along the way, save them. Makes me feel good about myself. I don't feel less. How do I say it? Without saying anything inappropriate. Less like myself. There you go. I'll say it like that.
When you meet someone who is about to commit suicide, because that has happened to you a couple of times, especially during this time, what do you tell them to come out of it at that moment?
I know everybody loves their mothers, so I tell them that at first, like, bro, if you die, just think of your mom, think of your little sister, think of your dad, think of whoever's taking care of you at the moment. They're not gonna stop crying. It could be 10 years later, tears are still gonna come out their face because they miss you,
Mm-hmm.
Like, it sucks. So it's like, I just mentioned something that I hope they really care for, which is a little sister, a little brother, or a mother. Those main 3 I bring up, because I know a lot of people really don't have good connection with their father,
Mm-hmm.
this is weird. But I always gotta bring those 3 up, so I know that I can catch their attention. Cause I know if I die, my mother gonna be crying for the rest of her life.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that's it for everybody else.
Right.
So I always gotta mention that.
So the first thing you do is mention who's gonna miss you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not even that. I just start off like, bro, if you do this right now, think of your mom. She's gonna think this is her fault. Honestly, like I told the last kid that. It sucks. But I'm glad I found those people.
Okay, and then you mentioned to me that you now want to become a counselor because of those encounters.
Not yet, but soon to be. Yes, ma'am. I would love to help those kids that are battling with addiction or like anxiety or depression. I might be 20, but I have like a mindset of like 7-year-old.
True that.
Straight.
Okay, is there any message you have out there for young people in the streets? Okay.
Stay away from bad influence, stay away from drugs, keep your mindset happy, stay in your lane, don't cross nobody else's, be yourself, be safe, and be kind. That's it.
That was awesome. That was refreshing.